as per SOP. Special points. In case of tailwind, fuel 200 liters is required for the exercise.
From first light to early dusk, the rotors keep churning, sortie after sortie, ferrying men and material to forward Saltoro posts as high as 20,000 feet from the Siachen base camp, a strategic nexus for the longest running and most demanding military air operation ever.
Clear, sir?
Choppers like the Cheetah and the Mi-17 serve as air buses on this roadless ice track that stretches for almost 76 kilometers over 2 trillion cubic feet of ice. They may look like tiny green dragonflies against the gigantic peaks, but they are the lifeline of the glacier, carrying almost anything from monthly rations of rice and kerosene and instant noodles to larger operational requirements like weapons, ammunition, and of course fiberglass igloos to stay in. Without this air support for troop maintenance and casualty evacuation, Siachen would have long been a lost battle for India.
This harsh land with its rugged terrain and icy winds has attracted expeditions from the 1840s onwards. But it was only after 80 years of expeditions in the 1920s that a man-woman couple walked up the Nubra Valley and into the Siachen Glacier, mapped it and called it the largest glacial region outside the polar region. No wonder soldiers call it today the Third Pole.
Flanked by the almost impenetrable Karakoram in the east and the Saltoro Ridge on the west, this frozen frontier demarcates Central Asia from India and separates Pakistan from China.
Every man who serves here, decorated or not, is a hero. Indian troops have occupied positions all along the Saltoro Ridge, west of the glacier, at its treacherous heights, some as high as 20,000 feet. India now calls that the actual ground position line, beyond which lies POK, and Pakistan is loath to accept that.
It has always been advantage India in this 21-year-old conflict. Almost a stalemate now. The Pakistanis cannot climb up and approach the glacier while the Indian troops cannot come down. But ceasefire or not, soldiering continues. Daily patrols are a must, if not for surveillance, just to tread on trodden tracks so that the trail does not disappear. It's about maintaining good rope discipline, walking in columns of 5 tied to a single rope. It's about being sure of every step so that the next one is not a tumble into a bottomless crevice. It's about surviving avalanches where walls of ice, snow, mud, stone, and shattered rocks come sliding down a steep gradient, swallowing everything in its path. Because soldiering on the glacier is not just dodging bullets, it's also about surviving elemental forces.
Major Kesha, you are a company commander on the world's highest battlefield.
Yes, sir.
Technology today, I mean, considering what the Indian troops were equipped with 20 years ago when they initially were, some were flown in, some marched in to come and defend this Indian front line. Today, I find the troops are equipped very well. Could you just explain to me what all equipment these guys carry? That's a very fancy yellow bag. What's that all about?
This is an avalanche victim detectors.
Okay.
In case any persons becomes a victim of avalanche, so it gives out his position signal.
Okay, so if somebody's
Yeah.
caught up in an avalanche, this gives a blip which
Yeah.
tells you that where your man is lying under the snow so you can quickly go.
that is
Terrific.
true.
What else is he carrying in his hand?
This is an ice axe which helps to climb on the ice walls.
Right.
And these are the crampons which you put with the shoe, below the shoe. So it helps to climb on the ice well.
Okay.
And whenever you are walking on the hard ice, it helps and save you to skid off.
This chap's equipment, obviously, this is a very fancy rucksack. I said from my time in the army, there's an infantry soldier used to wear that fancy Pack 08.
Yes,
I mean, this is as good as it gets. What's this all about? Give us a bit of an explanation.
This is a rucksack which helps to carry all the equipments, whatever he requires to sleep, to fight, and
Ordinarily, for
Hard,
how many
hard.
days would a guy be carrying stuff in with him? How many days the petrol would go out for?
it's in for 72 hours.
Okay.
For 3 days.
So 3 days he's
Yeah.
he's very
To
self-contained.
self-contained.
And so this is probably to
This one,
sleep on, isn't
This is
it?
a mattress mallet which
Okay.
is used for the slip-ons, and this one is the sleeping bags
Right.
which is used for the to cover.
So how much money is spent on equipping one soldier who goes out on a patrol?
It goes almost around 50,000 plus.
So the government spends 50,000 upwards on each soldier just as equipment.
Yeah, those who are coming to the glacier.
So he's equipped to fight, he's equipped to sleep at night,
At night.
and he's equipped to get himself out in case caught up in an
Caught up in
avalanche,
avalanche.
right?